Hello everyone, I am just setting this up and then trying to figure out how the heck I share this again because I'm still very new to streaming, even if you're one of the people who caught it last time, and I want to make sure that I'm doing it right. So, here we are. Okay, that's this. I think this might be what I want. I wish it was possible to get some of this stuff. Okay, here we are. Yes, this looks like what I want. Okay. So I'm doing this all on my second monitor, so you won't be able to see what I'm up to, but okay, that'll do. And let's just make sure my audio is good, and let's share the link, and then we can get to the actual posting of this stuff. Posting this in all the various Discord channels, and then we can actually get started. Okay, let's see what we got here, and let's jump back to my thing. If anyone can hear me, if anyone's joined, please do post in the chat so that I can see what's what. Okay, that looks like somebody. Good. Is that plus about volume? Sorry, I've gotten some complaints in the past about volume, so hopefully that's this might be a bit better. I brought the mic closer to my mouth. Because the other thing is my wife's still asleep, so I don't want to be too loud. Thankfully there's a closed door, but still. Okay, let's then see what we've got in terms of actual event spoilers. So, we do not yet have the event spoilers up for this. I'm just going to... what I was going to do is do a quick review of the last couple of years to show... Okay, glad it's fine. To show what anniversary has looked like in past, and then when it does go live... Oh, hey, never mind. I think the... Wait, no, I'm sorry. Never mind. I hadn't checked this particular channel in a couple days. It was showing me the hero card for Alakita. Although that's not a bad place to start, actually. For those of you who have not seen, there has been some news in the last couple of days about new stuff being added to the game. Obviously, there's the new hero, and also there was. Where did it get to? This one, announcements, yeah. Sanctified Star Soul over here. So this is apparently the new thing for Destiny 6 heroes, like for the handful of people who've got a Destiny 6 hero already. There's a new mechanic here. I'm not sure I'm really the one to review it, but I wanted to at least mention it for anyone who hadn't come across this before. Yeah, it looks like there's. I was looking a bit at Barry's videos on this because say truly about Barry's content. He is very good at covering breaking news, and this seems to have just come out yesterday with very little detail and a lot of confusion. So, basically, it lets you take one of your Destiny 6 level 100 heroes and upgrade them further. There's only I think there's like 3 different options you can do, and you can only use each option on one hero. Yeah, there's really very little detail on this. There isn't a lot for me to say, unfortunately. The Alakita thing is probably more interesting. Yeah, this is the new hero, and I'm also going to make sure I've got my Discord visible here so I can find out when the new stuff goes live. Judging by past experience, we should expect that in any minute now, really. But okay, Alakita here. I gotta say, this looks like it'd be a very interesting combination with someone like Doppelganger Natalia, where you get. I always like the idea of a hero like Delacium, where you just stack debuffs on your enemy, and then that is how you get your damage, is just adding debuff and debuff and debuff, and then that just multiplies your damage like crazy. Natalia was a lot like that for trans heroes. Obviously, she only does attribute debuffs, not like your CC, not. I think dots also work on Delacium. But yeah, of course, because that's why you pair him with Ithaca. But I really like that gameplay style. It hasn't been viable since I started playing. I've only been playing just a year, just over a year, like May of last year. So it wasn't really a viable strategy. Okay, there's new code. That's good to know. But I always liked that particular style, and that being viable at higher level always seemed interesting to me. So having this that converts things into attribute reduction, adds a bunch of attribute reduction effects. I don't have an account with DGN as my main damage dealer based on stacking this stuff, but I've always kind of wanted one. And this looks like it'll be a great combination with that. Now, unfortunately, neither one is tenants for the other, which would have been really awesome. But they are still, quite synergistic. You can still use them together even if they aren't tenants. And that will let you do some cool things. Yeah, let me actually. I haven't updated this recently, but I do have a spreadsheet here for all the different tenants of each other to show which heroes are which. And Natalia here, yeah. G-Star, Luna, Vulcan, and Gagi as possible tenants. Not ideal for a build like this. I think G-Star and Luna both assassins, so you don't get a lot of stats off those. If you've got Vulcan as your, as a tenant, why isn't Vulcan just your homeowner? Gagi, I guess. But, do you really want to build Gagi? Yeah, so unfortunately, Natalia has been a little underwhelming in this regard. And you can see here in the spoilers, there's a bit of data on, yeah, they tell you who the tenants are. And this is a little bit like Aranya as a tenant is interesting because she does give a lot of debuffs. And that's going to combo well with Alakita. Well, more so with Natalia, actually, because Alakita converts attribute buffs into attribute reduction. But obviously, you know, Aranya's not getting attribute buffs to your enemies. Betty, the other transcendent, isn't either. So yeah, like you get a bunch of this stuff and it stacks with itself. Structure inversion on yourself that converts any debuffs the enemies put on you into buffs. I don't know. It's just a style of gameplay that I think is really interesting. I'm not sure it's like strong in the in that sense, but I do think it's interesting. Yeah. Anyway, let me pull up while we're waiting because I still don't see the spoilers up. I'm gonna check a couple things quickly and see if the Chinese is up. It's not. And then in that case, what I think I'm going to jump to is looking at last year's anniversary, because that was a polarizing event. I mean, at the time, I thought it was just fine. A lot of people did not like it. Looking back on it, I can sort of see why. Because again, I was very new to the game. I was only just over a month in at that point. I wasn't doing this event analysis yet. I was still. That was the first big event I'd gotten to experience. It took me quite a while to figure it out. But like in retrospect, like it was the first big event apparently with the modern style of reward. The like thing we've gotten for the last year were like different tiers, and then you get different rewards at each tier. Apparently, that wasn't a thing before. And from what few old events before I started playing I've looked at, that makes sense. But it's just interesting to compare and contrast. So yeah, that was last year's event. Now let's make sure I'm not missing out on anything new. But yeah, where are we at? I'm just again. Okay, that's not related. Okay. So, this is last year's event, and I want to be very clear with that for anyone who's just joining me now. This is not the current event. But last year, what we got for reference, and actually, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a note to that effect. This. Okay, yes. All right, that'll do. Because I don't want anyone who's just joining the stream to be misled and think that this is, new stuff. So last year, this was clearly the best part of the event. Every day for logging in, you got 100 scrolls, not the usual 3. That was awesome. That was just unquestionably, this is a great event. Like that by itself is worth about a suburb core chest in a normal future event. Like huge, huge. This is all fairly typical. You got these eye-looking things, anniversary treasure tickets. As a new player, getting LOEs here was huge. This was, at the time I had 3 accounts. I switched 2 of them over to LOEs. They also had a hero swap as well. So between this and the hero swap, I managed to get 2 E5 LOEs just over a month into playing. My third account didn't quite, and that's the one I use now for all kinds of wackiness. It's a Lord Death Azrael Mystic Fairy Freya account. It could be 800. Like, I'd love to see it. That would be fun news. And, like, it's possible. They might do that. But yeah, so last year, 6, 12, 16 of these per loop. I'm not going to do like a full event review. This was a year ago, but just a bit of it. And as you do these, yeah. So, oh, hey, here we go. Here we go. It's live. What? No. What the heck? Someone posted June 7th. Oh, that is cruel. Okay, yeah, like, I'm just going to show you what I got here. June 7th, spoilers. Okay, buddy. Yeah, I'm glad that was, oof. That was unkind. Oh, they did say in the video it's 800. Okay, cool. Yeah. If you saw briefly on there, someone posted the June 7th spoilers. Ah, mean, 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 mean. Yeah, so as you got more tiers of these, like there were 7 of each tier. Each tier you finished, like you got one of these at random, and each tier you finished got you a bigger reward. And this was before Destiny materials, so that's why there's none of those on here. It was just subs, cores, and artifacts, and essence, of course, treasures. But this was the part of the event that was really polarizing. Basically, you could spend gems for like a guessing game. It was sort of a 3-card Monty. Like you have a bunch of face down things, you got to follow them to figure out where the hidden thing is as it moves around. And there was basically there were 7 things. Each one, like you got it on the first try, you spent a lot less gems, but you also got a lot less of these rewards. Essentially, to break it right down, you could get Fenrir defeated, and this like pink treasure as your reward. If you spent 40,000 gems, you would get half baseline rewards, and if you spent 70,000 gems, you get double baseline rewards of these rewards. So I think it worked out to, if you spent 40,000 gems, you get the equivalent of about 1 of each of these, and if you spent 70, you get the equivalent of about 4 or 7. It's a lot more. I was strongly of the opinion at the time that the extra rewards were worth the extra 30,000 gems if you had them. That it was substantial enough to be worth it. Largely because of things like the contract starry gems. And honestly, as a new player, this was huge. This was nice. I couldn't even use sublimation for months afterwards, but it was obvious that it was going to be a valuable currency, so I did want to stack it up. But yeah, that was a thing. And then the Zongzi, yeah, I can't even remember how that all worked. It was a good Zongzi event, I will say that. I do remember it being pretty good. But he got stones, which is always nice. You got extra rewards, some treasures. Just a sec. But yeah, like that gave you a bunch of these random things. And usual, I think it was like 60% chance of these, and 30 of these, and 10 of these. With like if you hit the lucky numbers, then you get the bonus like times 3 base, and then times 4 times 5 as you open more of them. There was the special anniversary treasures, and these were godly good. This was Transcends Hero all damage dealt. This was Trans Hero crit damage. This was Trans Hero attack and defense, attack and HP. These 2 in particular were bananas good. This one was still fairly good, just not as good as Encapsulated Memories over here. So you could get the treasure tickets for spending money, and there were people who stacked this up and like got this to 5-star right away, and it's strong. 50% crit damage on all your trans heroes is huge, because that is a stat that stacks well. Yeah. also the hero swap that I mentioned earlier. Surprised it hasn't gone live yet. It's 5 after 5 here. And normally that is about when it goes up. Oh, okay, here's the Chinese at least. Let's see what we got. Okay, Chinese spoilers. Thank you, Google Translate, for letting me do stuff like this. Okay, during the activity, you get your basic 3 scrolls. Okay. Sorry, okay, here we are. Basic 3 scrolls, and I'm just going to make sure I've got this all my screen setups, right? Yeah, summon your favorite 5-star hero. That's fine. That's pretty normal. And okay, these are cat-looking coins are the event currency, looks like. And treasures. Oh, here's the English. It just got posted on Discord this second. So let's go through the English first. Thank you, by the way. It's good having someone else here to catch all this stuff because I am not. I'm more awake than I was afraid of. I'm actually feeling fairly conscious, but it is still like 5:07 in the morning here. And it's also just nice having the company. So, yeah, the usual summon basic event, you get your few scrolls, but you also get 10 of the event currency and 4 event treasure tickets, which is nice. That's 4 per loop isn't crazy, but it's within normal realms. And you can pick which hero you want to summon, which is always good. Palace of Crystal, Palace of Eternity, that's normal. Yeah, so here we've got, the event avatar and your 800 scrolls, as you were saying, which I gotta say, this is great. Like, even if the rest of the event turns out to be a bit of a dud, this is going to make a lot of people a lot of progress. And that is something that I do appreciate from DH. That, my baseline sort of for a really awesome event is last year's Shishi Festival, where you got like sub-cord artifact for 25,000 gems, and because it was an Imps week, there wasn't even like coins or orbs or scrolls in it. That is probably the best event they've done to date. And you sort of use that as a benchmark. You expect events to get better, so like the best event, you expect them to top it at some point. But even if the rewards for spending and all that are a bit low, this is going to make this a really good event. I expect the forums to be full of people who don't acknowledge that, but that's my take. Anyway, digital claw machine. During the event, consume good luck coins, which I assume are those cat-looking things up here. To pick up toys, bachelor refreshed. Okay, so it looks like it might be similar to last year a bit. Okay. Oh, so you get each reward in a batch once, and then it refreshes. Interesting. That's probably a good way of doing it. Get a random reward and a limited toy. Okay, let me just try to follow this. Get a random and unrepeated reward from second tier rewards. So maybe that means you can't get these more than once. I'm curious what those chip things are. That'll probably be either that's related to the new power system or that's a second event currency that we'll look at in a minute. And the quantum toys are what gets you the rewards. Okay, so that's... Okay, so we are getting some kind of anniversary swap. Those are clearly swap tickets. And this... I wonder if those are the new power. Sorry. God, dish is still on my desk. I'm not the cleanest person in the world, unfortunately. I'm just going to take a look in game for what the event, what the things look like for the new power system. Because I assume from context this must be something like that. But I don't really know. Anyway, they're doing a thing where first tier reward gets you essence or artifact. I do like that. They brought that in with the last big event. This is a good change because it gives you the choice to get more essence onto the account. And there's a few points in an account's life where that's a meaningful reward. So that's nice. Also, the stellar and crystals here is also good because Barry put out a video yesterday talking about how they need to move rewards down tiers. Like, you should have subs and cores here, you should have Destiny stuff here. And I see where he's coming from, but I think this is not a terrible substitute where stellar is always something people need. So having it here at this tier instead of subs, well, if you've got enough subs, you can stack up stellar. That's something. Cores being a little more valuable, you pair with the ones a little less valuable. Okay, fine. Origin artifact at 4 points here. That makes sense. Okay, so interesting. Instead of having the complete the event bonus rewards, they just give you a 9th quantum toy. Huh. Sorry, I'm just on my phone also trying to figure out what the currencies for the new power system look like. But okay, clearly we've got the 2 new orange artifacts and 1 pink, as you'd expect. And it looks like if you max the event, you get 3 of each just from this, which, cool. What are you? You must be the chests for the new power system. So you gotta get 7, 8. Weirdly, there isn't one of those on 9. I would have expected there might be. Yeah, sorry, I'm just looking at the selectable loot in. No, okay. So it's not at all clear what these guys are. I'm curious now. Probably be obvious lower down here. Okay. Okay, so they're doing it like sort of like the event when Alakita launched and you had to clean up the viruses and stuff. I'll do my numerical analysis on this in a bit. Okay, that's not a bad way to do it. Where at 25, once you get to level 8, this is basically a gimme. Shark cannon shell. Okay. What on earth? Oh, I think I see how this works. I bet you these are supposed to be like shark skin or something, and they work with the new power system. They've probably got there's the 3 types of power that were released in the update yesterday. And I bet you this, you can put 1 on each of, you can have 1 Nirvana 100 hero have a particular bonus, and there's a bunch of different bonuses out there. But the interface for it made it look like there'd be more. So this is probably them adding a new one where you can get a bunch of this shark skin stuff and load that up to build up your shark cannon shell reward, so that one of your Nirvana 100 heroes will allow you to power up this guy. I think. This is pure guesswork. Interesting. I want to get through the basics of the event and then go back and look at the details. So, all right. Allocated dolls, trans. Okay, random rewards. You get 400, so 40,000 gems, and you get premium bombs. Okay, because last time they did this, the Starry Gem option and the regular gem option were competing for the same tracker. You could only have 50 total. Here you can get regular gem ones and Starry Gem ones. So it's going to be interesting to see what's what there. Because 2,000 contract Starries is a fair bit. And 40,000 gems, obviously. But you sort of expect a 40,000 gem event and something like this. Okay. Okay, so you get 600 You get these chip things that still isn't clear what they do, and then 6, 12, 18. That's an odd bonus trick. Oh, I bet you I know what it is. Because you can only get like getting to 18 is probably with gems alone, or with gems and just a few contract stars. Then this requires you to get contract stars as well. I suspect we're going to swing around to the Chinese in a minute once I get through the English. Although we're only halfway through the English, my God. Okay, this is where the chips go through. So that's these guys. Consume data chips. We're all 4 pieces. Okay, so this is basically the Zongzi, but themed like an Alakita. Interesting. Okay, so essentially, for those who were around last year, these are like the Zongzi, or the Christmas. I think Christmas was also Zongzi. Things like that, where you got the random numbers. And okay. Yeah, this is definitely the Zongzi. Ooh, I'm not going to spend nearly that much, but that is going to be interesting to some folks. You do 120 of them and you get a guaranteed A- stone. They're being a little more generous with A- these days. Like the spend $350, get one guaranteed thing that I panned heavily, but like it's still a little more accessible than just not offering things like that. So there's going to be a lot of math to analyze this morning, but we're going to take a look at that in due time. Okay, so these are basically your Zongzi. And then remember back here, where was it? There weren't any in this loop. There were, where did they show up? Did you get them? They weren't here. They weren't here. You get those, but they also were above somewhere. I don't remember. I did see them. Here we are. Limited toys. That's where I saw them. So you get one of the things you can get from this tier is 10 Zongzi equivalent. Okay. Good to know. And they're starting to include this sort of thing in the English, which is nice. That's typically only been in the Chinese. So you do 25,000 gems, gets you 50 of them. Every $4 gets you one limit, $4,400. Because everyone just has 4,400 US dollars to spend on an event like this. If you got the money, great, but like that's a lot. Okay. Read 10 analyze, you guarantee to get perfect deciphering. Record as one data set. Okay, yeah, geez, this is going to be a lot of things to go through. I'm glad I woke up early today because it takes me the whole time to now when I start work to get through this. But yeah, okay, so basically Zongzi event. This is all exactly what you'd expect. Series collection, one for every $6. And again, you can spend $4,200 on this if you like. The Trans Fight event, which, that works. Yeah, Soul Awakening Gala. Oh, right, just for Alakitas. There's an Awakening Gala specific to Alakita, which is nice, but it's not. Oh, okay. I was totally wrong about the shark cannon shell. It's a new artifact. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. So we're going to be getting the not the mirror, the cat in regular artifact chests from now on, and this is going to be the new artifact. Crit damage and speed. So it's going to be a bit like the Punisher Immortal. Gains a layer of frenzy propelling, consumes all, deals attack damage to all enemies, and increases self-all damage dealt. Yeah, so basically this is just a punish for moral that gives speed instead of attack. More or less. I assume the numbers will be better because they don't want it to be just completely obsoleted by an artifact from 5 or 10 years ago, 8 years ago, obviously. It's the 8th anniversary, it isn't a 10-year-old game, but one of the old artifacts. I don't imagine it's going to be worse than that, so it'll probably be better somehow, but like this, yeah, it looks like it's just going to be a punch for mortal. Okay, so I was totally wrong before. Yeah, where to get to? Serious artifact checks does not include, yeah. And then anniversary replacement. Okay. Artifact, flag, skin, hero, and deific artifacts. Those are the upgraded ones. Okay. I wonder if you can replace mythic skins. Let's talk about legendaries, but not mythics. And limited legendary. Okay, those have exactly the same description. I wonder what the deal is there. Yeah. So you can replace mysterious artifacts and 1,000 swap tickets, turn a like basic artifact into one of the fancy ones, which yeah, this is pretty typical. I'm sad they don't have core swaps. Everybody in the game is sad they don't have core swaps, but they made it very clear they're really never going to have core swaps again. So it sucks, but such is life. And skin shards. So you can spend 10 grand on skin shards. And it looks like these what is going on here? Yeah, tell me about it. Like it's sad because like this is an event. I get why they don't want to make core swaps easy. It should be difficult. Like cores, sublimation can be moved around with just soul symbols, and I know people bitch about the lack of soul symbols, but they're a lot more accessible than core swap events or swap events generally. But like you've got this set up here where it's not easy to do this. Like you've got things that are 1,000. You're getting like 2 of these a year. If you had the option also at 1,000 to change a noble core into a different noble core, like 250 per core in the thing, like that's not going to be abused. They could do that without really undermining the uniqueness of cores. The like you're locked in heavily because I mean you're giving up something serious in order to do that. They could, they just choose not to, and it's frustrating for a lot of people, I think. Because like for me this still has value, but for a lot of higher end players, like what do you care? You've got all the artifacts you need, you got all the skins you need. Like what exactly are you doing with this swap event? Like, oh, I picked the wrong origin artifact? I guess, but yeah. Like they could have even had like, you know, mysterious artifact to replace mysterious with an origin artifact as a like 600 or 800 thing. That would make this more interesting. But like this is going to be a total dud to the like real veteran players. Yeah. 8th anniversary skin shard, and oh, okay, these are skin things you use them to buy the skins with. That makes more sense. But I mean, they did do a core swap once because basically they had a some sort of issue. I want to say with like Jara's core, or someone like that. Like around the time I started playing, I think it was actually anniversary last year, where you could do core swaps. This is last year's spoilers for anyone who's jumping in. Last year, what did it let us do? That was the relay. This is the gallery thing. No, anyway, there was one core swap event in past, in any case. So this is, yeah. Okay, so these are your skin currency. That's what it's for. And then this, I'm just going to compare to last year and see what the heck was going on there. I think it was like if you have these skins, you got these rewards, something like that. Oh, okay, that's good to know. I thought it was part of an event. Maybe that's why. Like, if their code base is a dog pile, then that would make sense. Okay. So I guess this is like, anyway, I guess you gotta have the skins in order to get the rewards. I can't remember exactly how that works. I do remember this one being very nice last year. So you get these, every day for 15 days. So $15, getting you 18 times 15 is 225 plus 45, 270. So 270 master toolboxes, 2,700 contracts, and 270 feathers for $15. That's not bad. And this times level times 15. Let me pull up a calculator here. So let's say you're level 200 times 8 times 15. Yeah, you're getting 2,400 of each sublimation over the course of the thing. Like if you want to get your 45,000 to get one sub of each type, you get 15 days and 8. Yeah, you got to be level 375 for that. So a real veteran player is going to be getting, like, this is essentially 4 lemons, one in each type. This one's also very good. I mean, for me, I'm out of Master's Toolboxes on two of my accounts, so this is going to be nice for. I only spend on one account, but for the main account that is short in MTBs, that's going to be nice. This is going to be useful for, I mean, I'll stack it up anyway. Like, because like again, assume level 200 times 160 times 15. Yeah, 500,000 of each resource. That's useful. Flash Exchange and the Soul Star for all the trans heroes the last year. Makes sense. And then the relay package. Is this... it's going to have prices down the chain, so I'm going to flip down to there and see, like... Okay, this is going to be a big relay. Like, the... Yeah, you got 5, 6, plus 15 is 21, 23, 43, 93. And this is going to be probably 70. So 163, $263 to max out the relay. I'm just going to take some notes here. But okay. And then that gets you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 16, 18, 26, 30, 50. Shrink this down a little bit. Skin for Alakita, HP control immunity and speed. So yeah, she's definitely a support hero. Well, that's fine. We sort of knew that already. Looks like a nice skin. Value packs. So okay. Actually, I'm wondering about the relay here, because if you can get, actually no, 16 for $100 versus 50 for 263 is, the relay is still the better ratio, and you're also getting like Zhongzi and such. I keep calling them that. They're obviously not. You are getting 3, 15, 20, 30, 45, 60. You're getting 30 plus 36 is 66 tickets. those are event tickets. You are getting your skin, obviously, a million stellar. And what else? 150,000 essence. You're getting what, 200 relics? And how many of these? 2, 3, 4, 8, 10, 11, 15, 17, 27, 32, 44, 50, 80. Okay. Let's do this. There were other ways to get event currency. I'm just going to scroll back up and look at Lunar Side of the Glorious Temple. Cat's added there. Oh, Skin Bond, that's nice. They haven't added those in quite a while. Like, it's nice seeing the old bits of the game still be like touched, because DH has sometimes been really bad about just letting them die. So it's going to be nice that they've got things like that going on. I'm just going to scan quickly for like other places to get the main event currency, the cat thing. And yeah, you get that, and so you got 120 from this. Swap tokens, you're getting, I think, 800. Yeah. And hopefully my keyboard is fairly loud. My mic's right here, but hopefully it's not blowing your ears out too badly. Okay. Anyway, so we wanted to look at how many of these tickets you needed. So it looks like essentially 10 per level here. So up to, yeah, okay. So it's 10 per level times 24 levels, because they take one of these out here and put it here, essentially. So 240. There. And you get 30 from okay. I'm just taking all these notes down to deal with this. This guy. You didn't get any of these from this part. Where did those chips come in? Oh yeah, limited toys. So let's see, there's 16 options here. How many limited toys are there? 2, 4. Yeah, okay, there's only 16. So you're only going to get each of these once. Here. Ten of those. I will say though, it's nice seeing some like useful numbers here, like 50 master toolboxes, 9,000 sublimations, 125,000 of these guys, 300 contracts. Like these are useful numbers. I do approve of them putting like meaningful things in there. Okay. And that there's no other currency in here, which makes sense. So 120, yeah. So you're definitely getting 120 from value packs. You got your three of each money pack and 2 of each contract story gem pack. So it's like normal on these events. Yeah. Okay, so that's good. Yeah, this going on. Okay. And you can use up to 180, 280, 580. Let me just see where else you get those guys from. I'm gonna be missing some things, I'm sure, but that's part of it. Yeah, the A minus is basically, yeah, you got to get to 120 perfect decipherings of your Zhongzi. So it looks as though there's a pay timer at 10. So yeah, so essentially you're guaranteed to get some of those. Yeah, sorry, I'm just going to do the math here, but and you get okay, so the digital claw machine is the main event. The machine rampage, I think, is the gem event, and the anniversary relay pack. Okay, so yeah, in order to get to the A minus, you need on pity timer you need 1200, which you can get to with a big spend. I suspect you'll get them more easily than that. But this is you've spent a lot of money on the game. Like you're probably buying an extra couple $1,000s worth of Prism Starry gems in game in order to get to these levels. This is not from your mortals, but like the fact that it exists at all is still better than, like, not better than, it's an option. I suspect it's going to be like deep in the money though. But you're also getting a lot for it. Like, assuming it's the usual, like 7 days will get picked out of 24, you're getting, so times 10 on 7/24 of what you've got. Basically triples your average reward, call it. So you're getting brain. Yeah, you're getting the equivalent of about 300 things picked from this list. Somewhere in that range, maybe more. I don't want to do the math to be sure, but somewhere in that range. So call it like 30 to 35 of each of these. And I assume this is going to be like a 9,000 chest, and this is going to be like a single core shard. Actually, if this is a single core shard, normally it is 90 grand is the equivalent of 50. So, wait. Yeah, 90 grand is the equivalent of 50. So each one is the equivalent of 1800. So this is probably a 5400 chest. But still, getting like 30 or something of those, that's like 3-core, like the equivalent of 3 big core chests, 3 big sub chests. Yeah, no, for spending like a couple $1,000 probably to get there, you're not getting your money's worth. But it's like not insulting, at least. Yeah, 44 big packs is not wrong, I suspect. Anyway, gonna go over to the Chinese side and see what's what there, what info it has that the other one doesn't. Okay, this is all basically the same. Basically the same. Yeah, that's all identical. Oh, this, okay, I believe this was in English, I just wasn't processing it at first. The chance that will randomly exchange. So, like, when you get to, in this, like, hey, you've got you're on round 3, you picked the quantum toy, it's great. Like a true claw machine, like those, abusing human gambling tendencies long predates gacha games. And those claw machines are a great example. Yeah, no, you thought you got the quantum toy now. No, it swapped it. You actually only got the basic ones. But you're guaranteed to get it if you clear the thing. So basically, essentially, your odds of high rolling this and getting it at like 21 toys in and not 30 is pretty low. So I'm going to assume you got to get the full 30 essentially. Actually, that makes me wonder, what do you get if you're a free-to-play player? Okay, yeah, basically 2 tiers. You get 30 from gems, which gets you to here. So 1,500 scrolls get you to here. Okay, that's yeah, back to Chinese. Yeah, we were here. Well, you get the Shark Missile at tier 2 and not tier 3. Often it's been you gotta get to tier 3 in order to unlock the new artifacts. Now, on the first week the artifact's available, offering it here is kind of nice. Yeah, that's something. Where are we at? I love Frenzy Propelling here. I actually like the auto translate Fanatical Advance better. That's almost a cooler name. Okay, so that's, yeah, the box of the new power system. That's fine. All right, you got pity timer on 30. Oh. Okay, so yeah, okay, so a pity timer on 30 and you got 600 max. 200 here and 400 here, so you can get 20 on pity timers. That's not how they usually do this. Huh. Okay. That's actually a little disappointing. Oh, yeah, no, that actually is really disappointing. Because I can already get to 18. I need 540 in order to hit it on pity timers. You might get it sooner, obviously, but the odds are good, then what I'm about to say isn't so relevant, but the odds are bad. You're going to need, in order to get this on pity, you're going to need 540, which is 140 of the premium ones, which is 1,400 contract story gems. in order to get these 30 tokens. And these 30 tokens are essentially one top reward. So for a free-to-play player, you're not getting the relay, you're not getting the value packs in all likelihood. You might go in on the scrolls and get a bunch that way. Like 1,500 scrolls is, your 3 loops, that's one top reward. But in order to get to these 30, you don't just need to spend your 40,000 gems. You're also going to need to spend a fair number of contract star rates. That's disappointing. Yeah. So what I was saying when the spoilers first dropped about how, the 800 scrolls are going to make this event good, even if it's bad as an event otherwise. Yeah, I think that's what we're seeing here. Which, disappointing. I don't like it, but since when is what I like ruled the world. Okay. This is all we saw. Anniversary. Yeah, that's normal. That's normal. Oh yeah, swap tokens. Okay. Ugh. Yeah, this I will also say is a nice part of the event. Like, these are going to be very good rewards for the money you spend. I remember this was one of the first things, the equivalent card last year was one of the first things I spent money on in game, and that was, yeah, it's gotten substantially better. 15, 15, and 100. Now it's 18, 18, and 180. And this was worth $15 last year, so this is a good buy. Like, these cards in general are all very good buys. Unless you're like a very low level player here. The relay we've already gone over, and yeah, that's that. Ooh. Yeah, okay, so there's not much on the Chinese side that isn't in the English. All right. If anyone is on here, I'm just going to see if anyone has messaged me on Discord or anything. I'll just see what's what. Oh yeah, there's some posts in here from different content creators. So that's okay. I'm just gonna see if there's anything else. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna call it here, grab myself some breakfast, and jump on Discord to chat about this. Yeah, Arctic, thank you for showing up. It's good to have some company. It's good to, have an excuse to go ramble about this for an hour and see what people think. Yeah, overall impression of the event, it's going to be a lot like last year's event, I think, where the scrolls and the cards are really good, and the other parts of the event are going to disappoint a lot of people. It's not going to be like Shishi last year, where you got huge rewards for very cheap. Like, in order to run up the event, the main event, it's going to be some money. It's going to be some effort. Like, it looks like this is, it's 263 here plus 450. You're looking about $700 to max out the event. And the rewards aren't bad. Like, you get, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 15 top rewards from it, including like some new stuff, which is, good. But it's kind of weird that there's 2 of these or 1 of these or 1 of these. I'm really curious what's in these chests. We're going to have to see. But yeah, like, there's going to be some stuff in this that is a little disappointing to people. I was hoping that this would be an event where you could get origin artifacts more easily, but like 1 at 4 and 2 at 6 is not easy. Yeah, and 1 at 9. And even then, these you gotta pick whether you want that or Destiny or what. I'd love to get my main's a Vulcan account. I use Fan on him. I'd love to try the new Fan. It looks like it's a great artifact, but I'm not going to spend like hundreds of bucks just to speedrun that. So we'll see how I can grab a few of them here and there and see what that gets me. Yeah, the relay doesn't have that artifact essence I've come to really enjoy and value. That's helped me a lot. Get a lot of cores though, like a lot of cores. Well, still, it's only 60. For some reason I thought it was more. Yeah, $70 to get that. Yeah, so basically it's a lot like last year's anniversary, where the event taken as a whole, once you include the cards, once you include the free scrolls, is not a bad event. But the parts of it that are usually what dominates an event, the parts where you like spend money, get rewards, the ratios there aren't great. The parts of the event that are actually good are not the parts of the event where people need to spend money, which is going to be an awkward feeling for any whales in the room. For free to play, it's not bad, but yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I think I am going to call it. I think I am going to, like, I'll try to get my video up in the next few hours, but I'm going to need to do some analysis. I'm going to need to do some thinking, and I'm going to need to ramble on Discord a bunch. But yeah, thank you very much, and have a good one. We'll probably try to do this again in like a month or so when there's another big event coming up. Because like I don't want to do this more like every week. That'd be too much. But once in a while it's fun. All right, thanks and have a good one. Bye.